All right, so hopefully you have already started this document. You should have watched the first video and answered the first couple questions. Let's go ahead now and move on to video 2. That's where you are right now with me, Mrs. Ryan. First, we need to define the identity property. Like, what's the definition of that? Well, as we learned from the identity elements video, it's any number multiplied. Any number multiplied by 1 will result in a product that is the same number. Now, I write kind of fast, so always feel free to pause to write down this information. So the identity property just says that if we multiply a number by 1, it's going to result in the product or the answer that's the same number. If you don't remember what a product is, we have this handy little chart right here to help us remind us that when we multiply two integers or two numbers, those are called factors. And the result of a multiplication problem, the answer to a multiplication problem, is called a product. So we're going to use the word product a lot when we're talking about multiplication problems. Let's go ahead and look at these examples. They won't take long at all. They're kind of easy peasy because the identity property is the basic of all the multiplication properties. Very simple, right? If you multiply a number by 1, you're going to get that same number. So 1 times 6 would just be 6. 7 equals what times 7? What times 7? Well, that's going to be 1, right? 72,321 times 1 is going to equal 72,321. The line's not big enough. There we go. 103 equals 1 times, well, 103. Because again, the identity property states that any number multiplied by 1 results in itself. It doesn't matter which side your answer is on versus the math section, like the multiplication sign, because they're equal. You might always be used to seeing it like this: 1 times 6 equals 6. But that's the same thing as saying 6 equals 1 times 6. It doesn't matter which side your numbers are on the equal sign. Now you try. I would like you now to complete these 4 examples. Of course, you're going to need to multiply something by 1 to show the identity property. I will do 1 with you. I'll do this one down here that starts with the equal sign. So I feel like the number 89 equals 1 times 89. Now you go ahead and do these 3 that are left. When you're finished with this video, you'll go back to the Nearpod, and there's a drag and drop practice for identity property. When you're done with that drag and drop identity property activity, you will move on then to part 2. See you later.